Hi there, and thank you for joining us for this webinar on iCRM for G Suite and how that compares to Salesforce. My name's John Carini, and I will be your host for this live webinar. There is a way to ask questions. If you're on YouTube, please just ask questions in the comments section in YouTube. Would also love it if you subscribed to the YouTube channel below, so you're notified of future videos. I will be giving a brief slideshow, followed by a live presentation of iCRM for G Suite and how that works with Gmail, as well as how it helps you sell more and do more business without breaking the bank in this case. So without further ado, I will get on with the webinar and share my screen. Try to get this done as quickly as possible. Should be under 30 minutes, but I will definitely do my best. So really quickly, I will share my screen. Okay. Great. All right, fantastic. So hang on one second. So welcome to this webinar of iCRM for G Suite. And just a few things about our company, iEnterprises, before we get to the live demo. We've actually been around for more than 20 years, and we've been around since the 90s. And believe it or not, we've been doing CRM from the very beginning, since before it was called CRM. So we're very experienced, obviously. And interestingly enough, the first CRM we created was all about integrating email and calendar with CRM. So so been doing that for a while. We're actually here. I'm actually in New Jersey, in the New York metro area. We have offices in Europe and Asia as well, and we've won all sorts of industry awards over the years. I'll throw a few of them on the screen here. These aren't awards you like pay to get. These are real awards, and we've been recognized for CRM excellence many times over the years. Here's some of our customers. These are the larger ones, but we have something like 50,000 people on iCRM. And if you go in the Google Marketplace and have a quick look at our page there, you'll see that all those signups and then some great reviews there as well. So so people tend to like our product. One other thing I'll mention is not only do we make iCRM, but we also make connectors for other CRMs. And some of you actually, I believe, use our Gmail connector, or I should call it connector for G Suite and Salesforce.com to connect Salesforce with G Suite. There's also one for Dynamics, Microsoft Dynamics, CRM, Sugar CRM, Oracle, and so on. So we integrate many of the CRMs that are out there with G Suite. We do it really well. You'll see that in the demo in just a few minutes. And obviously the G Suite integration is completely included in iCRM. So it's just one price. So you know, I'm kind of bringing this up. What are you doing now? Do you have Salesforce? Do you have some other CRM? I'll try to cover the differences between iCRM and some of these other options as we move through the live demo. So what does iCRM do for you? Well, first and foremost, it lets you do everything from Gmail. So basically, while you're in Gmail or the Google Calendar, you can see everything on in your CRM. For example, when someone sends you an email message, the CRM contact or lead shows up in the right-hand side of Gmail automatically. You can You can save emails to the CRM right from that screen. Or if that person's not in the CRM, you can just quickly add them so you can create leads really quickly. Anyway, we'll show that in the live demo. It does the same thing in the calendar. So the complete calendar integration is there as well. And this is really way cool. Everything works on mobile. The email integration actually works on mobile. And this is kind of the holy grail for email and email CRM integration, if you will, is getting it all to work on mobile. And I'll demo that in just a few seconds as well. But you'll be able to see how when you get an email message in Gmail, you can actually view the information right in the Gmail app from the CRM, and even perform tasks such as replying with email templates and saving emails and everything that you can do from the gmail.com browser interface, you can do from the mobile interface pretty much without limitation, which is fantastic. It's really easy to install. If you don't have it installed already, just search for iCRM in or iEnterprises in the Google Marketplace, and you can install it. Just want to mention that it can be deployed in mass, so you can literally deploy iCRM or any of our other connectors if you want to stick with Salesforce as the back end or Dynamics. That's fine. It's just that we can do it even better in iCRM, and you'll see that in a few minutes. So you can deploy it in mass to your whole company in a single click as well. So just something about iCRM in and of itself. It really is a full-featured, very robust CRM. Most people that do Gmail CRM are interested in accounts and contacts and lead tracking for the most part, and it's very good at that. But then it is a full-featured, very configurable CRM that you can set up to kind of do whatever you want, including workflow automation and intelligence. It can integrate with your website to do lead capture on your website and much, much more. But you can also configure the system so that it has less on the screen. And I like that. Less is more when it comes to all these systems because it makes it a lot easier to use. So one other quick thing, I just want to go and talk about why we're better. So what makes iCRM better than the other solutions? And then I'll get into the live demo. So I mentioned it's a full-featured, flexible CRM, so it can do pretty much everything the competition does, but it's got this Gmail interface, and it's built right into Gmail. So most of the other Gmail integrations are Chrome, what's known as a Chrome extension, not ours. Ours is literally living in the Gmail server, and that means it works everywhere where Gmail works. So if you use a Mac, you can use it in Safari. You don't have to use Chrome. If you use Windows, you can use Edge. And then the Gmail app on mobile, which I mentioned, is also an option. And it's not like buggy like most Chrome extensions. They fail, they break when you upgrade to a new version of Chrome, or if you have an old version of Chrome, things go wrong and there's incompatibilities and so on. Ours literally is built into Gmail and G Suite. So it kind of works no matter what. And there's nothing to install locally, so you don't have to tell each person to install a Chrome extension. As I mentioned, you can deploy it centrally. And then just about iCRM. So iCRM actually comes with the Gmail interface or the G Suite integration. And if you sign up with us, we literally will import your data and move it over from Salesforce or wherever as part of the subscription. We'll also configure it for you at no additional cost. We're not looking to bring an army of consultants in here and try to bill you for countless hours of consulting to set it up. It's all included, one price, and we're not going to upsell you. So some of the competition, especially Salesforce, they start you out at some low price, but then literally the next day they're looking to raise the price, and it's not like just a small price because do you need tires with that car? Well, if you do, they're going to get you to pay more pretty quickly. Not with us. We literally cost about $30 per user per month, and I'll give the pricing slide at the end. But we literally cost that, and that's for the unlimited edition. And there's no upsells. We're not going to upsell you. That's everything. So let's get into the live demo real quick. So I'll start off by just going into iCRM in a browser. And this is what it looks like in a browser. And there's these tabs across the top here where you can navigate to different areas of the CRM, like accounts and contacts. And then you can also search in the upper right. But I know everybody's here about the Gmail integration. So what I'll do is I will jump into the Gmail integration first, and then we'll come back to the full screen CRM if you guys don't mind. So I'm in my Gmail now, and you can see that I just got a new email from someone who's interested in my products. And what I'll do is I'll open this sidebar on the right, and you'll see that iCRM actually comes up here. If you don't have this sidebar installed, as I mentioned, you can just click on this Get Add-ons thing here and put in iCRM, and there it is. And as I mentioned, there's 50-something thousand people using this, and it's got great reviews. So if you just click Install, that will install it. And if you have multiple users, they can all install, and you can log into the same tenant very quickly and easily. So anyway, I'm in my inbox. I open the sidebar, and if I open an email message on the sidebar will change. So just look for that. When you're not in an email message, you get this screen here, which shows you important items for the day. So do you have any follow-ups due today? And I'll show you about the follow-ups in a little bit. Shows you some recently viewed contacts from the CRM and so on. And then you can actually like navigate the CRM from here. I prefer the full screen for navigation, but we'll talk about that later. So here I am. I'm going to open up an email message. And when I do that, you'll see on the right-hand side, it's actually refreshed. And when I open this message, it actually detected that this person is in iCRM, and it gives me some information about them, including the phone number, which obviously you can click to dial, email addresses, and then it gives me the option to log the email, which I'll show in 1 second, but it shows all sorts of additional stuff too. So it shows, for example, social media links. So it literally shows you a link to their LinkedIn profile, and this just kind of comes with the integration. And then anything about this account or lead in the CRM. So I can see there's an open opportunity for $50,000, and there's some other conversations here I had with this person. And obviously I can just click on these items and view all of the opportunity details in this case, or whatever I want. So just back here, if I get a message from someone and I'd like to log the message to iCRM, you can just do that in a single click. So if I click this button that says add, it literally will just log this message to, in this case, John Bobson in the CRM, and I will just do that. And that's it. You can see here now the email has been added to iCRM. So as you're sending and receiving emails, you can just quickly click to add them to iCRM. There also is an option to automatically log these, so you don't even have to click the button. So it can do that for you. And then there's also the option to link it to other iCRM records. So if you want to link this email to an opportunity, or even or any other item like a case or a trouble ticket, you can do that as well. But for the purposes of this, most people just click and log it against the contact in the CRM. So that's the use case for when I get an email message from someone that is already in my CRM. And here's another use case where I get a message from someone that's not in my CRM. And that's super easy too. So you can see here, it says, I open this message from Kristen. It says she's not in the CRM. And I have the option to add her as either a contact or a lead. And it's super easy. I can just click the little plus sign here, and you'll see that it it just automatically fills out whatever it can, and then I can fill out the rest of this information, click save, and that's it. This lead is now will now be inside iCRM. So I'm just going to cover a little bit about how to navigate between the full browser window in iCRM and the Gmail interface. So I'll go back to this message again and open it up, and you can see here it has the option to open the contact here in the sidebar, right? And if I click on it, it first opens the contact directly here in the sidebar in Gmail in this case, and then I can expand it and see more. So this is all of the contact details, right? And I can literally edit this the contact details right here, or I have the option to open whatever I want in a full screen. So if I click open in full screen, you'll see that it then opens this contact, in this case in iCRM, in a full screen, and then I can see everything about this, including any related items here on a full screen, like opportunities and then activities, which are emails. And you can see here that email that we logged before is in fact actually logged to the CRM. So it's really super simple to navigate from Gmail and then the full screen. So maybe I'll just quickly cover mobile here. It'll take me 1 second. And again, if you do have questions, please put them in the chat window, and I will cover them in just a few minutes. So I'm going to try to get the mobile demo going here. Just give me 1 sec. Reflector. And this is on a real mobile device. So I'm just got my real mobile device out here. And I'll do screen mirroring. Okay. Hang on 1 second. For some reason. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is, in this case, this is my iPhone, but it works pretty much the same way on Android, and obviously Google's really good at Android. So I'm in my Gmail app now on my mobile device, and here's that same message that we have on the screen in the background here in the browser. And if I open it up, you'll see that that the message opens, and then the icons for iCRM, or the icon for iCRM, is down here at the bottom, right? And if I click on the icon in this case, it pops up basically the same information that was here in the sidebar is now in the bottom here, right? It's exactly the same stuff. So as you're getting emails on your mobile phone in the Gmail app, you can just open up the CRM in the bottom here, and then I can even scroll up and make it full screen. So obviously something really handy on a mobile phone is if I click the number, I can call and just dial the phone and call this person, right? That's super simple. And then I can really do everything that I showed you before. You can log emails, you can edit contacts, and see all the related items, including the social media links. One feature I really love on mobile is the email templates. So I didn't show that, but in the browser and on mobile, you have the option to use email templates, and I'll click that option on my mobile device, and then you can actually set up templates inside iCRM, right? And here I'll just select a template, and then I click Create Reply, and whammo, it actually creates a reply, and you can see it's got all sorts of details. I can edit it on the fly here, and it took all of these details from the email template in iCRM. Again, it's super great on mobile, because imagine what it would take on a mobile device to type all this stuff. And like this actually has a screenshot and all these links and everything. Somebody asks for like some sort of product information and you're on the go. You have the opportunity to really quickly and easily create this reply with all sorts of information and send it super quickly. I'm just going to click send, and bingo, I sent that reply, and now I was able to just go back to my inbox. You can see here's the reply. It's actually sitting here in line now, and it's been sent. So you can set up email templates for all the common questions and with marketing information and all that, and you can actually handle it from a mobile device. So anyway, that's most of the Gmail integration. I will cover a little bit about how iCRM works before we wrap up. Just give me one second here, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take out the screen sharing for 1 second, and I'll get rid of this. Okay, so that was the Gmail demo, and I'm gonna go into the iCRM demo, but I think we might have a question. Somebody's asking, oh, there it is. Yeah. I hope it's not irrelevant, Cigar. We want to know how we can see the email replies in Salesforce if someone replies to an email. So it really works the same way. You can, if somebody replies, you can do it one of two ways. You can either go into the reply message and save it with that add to CRM button, or there's an automatic sync as well. And you can set up the automatic sync, and what it'll do is it'll look at the email messages that come in as well as the email messages you send, like replies, and it can detect the person you sent to or received from based on their email address, and it can just automatically file that in iCRM, just like that. So that's a good question. All right, get rid of that, and now I'll show the full screen of iCRM. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to start the screen share, and we'll get into. Okay, so this is iCRM in a browser, and it has, like I said, it's very configurable, very robust. In general, when you log into iCRM, you see this dashboard, which is completely configurable. You can put whatever you want on here. I like having like a report of what's going on with my opportunities, where I'm at in the pipeline, as well as any follow-ups that I need to perform today, and so on. But the main navigation is either across the top here. So if you click on accounts, this shows a list of accounts, or you can also search in the upper right-hand corner here and find things. So it's like accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities, and then there's more modules, including custom modules as well. But I'm not going to cover the custom modules, and you can have custom modules. I believe the equivalent in Salesforce is custom objects, right? And keep in mind the Gmail integration that I'm showing here is exactly the same as the Gmail integration that we sell for Salesforce. It's way better than the one that Salesforce provides. Maybe I'm biased, but that's my opinion. So anyway, you can navigate across the top here, and you can see all this data. These we call views, or you can search for an item by just searching. So if I start typing an account name, you'll see that automatically everything that matches what I typed in the CRM shows up. And if I click either here or here, like I could click on this from the list, or I could click from the search. I'll go from the search in this case, right? You'll see that that here's the American company, and all the details about this company, like phone number and address, are here. And if I go into the related items, you'll see here's all the related items for this company. So that's contacts. So you can have contacts under the company. and multiple contacts if you like, as well as opportunities and anything else that relates to this company. And then activities are typically email messages. So I'm going back to related. Now I'm just going to drill into this contact, John Smith, and you'll see this is kind of what you expect too. John is associated with American company, and all his contact details are here. Here's all the related items, including for John, including opportunities and anything else. And then in the activities is where the emails are logged. So what typically happens is you'll have someone and they contact you maybe from Gmail, and you add them to the CRM, and then you might want to follow up with them and call them back at a later date. And on every screen in the upper right-hand corner, there's these follow-ups. And then these follow-ups can be surfaced on the left-hand side here too. So you see this is the follow-ups. I can close it, or I can have them always surfaced here on the left-hand side, which I like. But if I'd like to create a follow-up for John Smith, I can just click this little phone icon here on the right-hand side, pick a date, and then if I want, I can put a time into, and I can say, ask for the order, my favorite follow-up, and save it. And now I would probably put this out to Monday or at a future date because I just sent them an email. Click save, and that's it. Now this follow-up's created, and it shows here in my list of follow-ups. It also shows up here, and it will remind me on that date and time when to call Mr. Smith in this case and ask for the order. And then when that date comes, I can actually log the phone call really easily. I just click new, right? And I can say I called him and it was a phone call, but if I went on site and met with him in person, I could log that too, and then put some details in, and say, he said yes or something. And now I've logged my activity really quickly. I can actually do that from Gmail too. You can literally create a follow-up right from Gmail when you receive a message from this person, and it'll give you the same reminder and everything. So it's pretty straightforward. Anyway, so let's just quickly explore opportunities, and then I'll talk a little bit about some of the other features, and we'll wrap up. So there's opportunity management as well, and it's like your pipeline. And as you can see on the screen, it has like a nice graphical interface, and you can move people along in your sales process, if you will, and see exactly how much the opportunity is and what it adds up to in each stage. So if I open one of these, let me just open one of these opportunities. We'll pick this big one, and you can see here's the opportunity details, and basically you can add line items to the opportunity. So if I click edit, I'm expecting this to be completed then. And if you do have a recurring revenue, by the way, we support recurring revenue as well and subscriptions. So if I want to put in like 50 iCRMs, it computes a price, and then when I can save it, and when I want to send a quote, I can literally just click this button to send a quote, and it'll send a quote right out of here. And these quote templates are like PDFs, and they're completely configurable. So anyway, really cool, really easy to send a quote. When they sign off, you can mark it 1. It actually can integrate with your accounting system and send the invoice to accounting. One other like really cool feature, I showed the templates on the mobile, but the templates are available in the desktop, of course, too. So if I want, remember these, I'll cover views in a second, so I'll show all contacts here. If I want to send an email to multiple people in the desktop, I can do that. So if I do tools, email merge, for example, and then I click selected records, or I can send it to everyone at an account. There's a notion of mailing lists, or I can create a view, and I'll show you the views in just a second, and like send it to everyone. But if I click next, then I can pick a template, and obviously the templates you can create yourself, right? And here it popped all this information in it, and I can edit it on the fly and send it out. It could go to one or even a few thousand people in a single click like this. So this actually sends through your Gmail infrastructure, by the way, and that's good because it doesn't look like spam, like when you're sending it from third-party solutions, and you're like, it's almost like they're spoofing the address, your email address. A lot of spam filters will catch that and send it to spam. But this looks like it was sent by you right from your Gmail account. So it's really cool. And we integrate with other. By the way, it's not just Gmail. We integrate with Outlook and other email systems and calendaring systems as well. So one more thing, I promised I would talk about views and reports. So the views are like these on-screen are like these on-screen lists here, and the reports I haven't really shown yet. But if I add, let's go to opportunities, right? And like here's the pipeline view. And if I want to switch to a different view, like maybe by date, here's the list by date, right? By expected close date in this case, and I can then edit this view, right? And these are the fields that are showing here on the right on the view. I can just add fields to the view, and it's really simple to set up these views. And then reports basically work the same way, except reports are a little more robust. They have the ability to add charts and graphs to them like this, and then you can also export them to HTML or PDFs. So one more item, like the reports and the views are super customizable, but every single screen in iCRM is completely configurable as well. So for example, if I go to the Accounts tab here and I click on this little Customize thing, here's all the fields on the Accounts tab, and I can literally move them around on the screen. I can add new fields, whether they be text fields, keyword fields, whatever, and I click Save, and that's it. It's you have a new field on the screen. You don't need to hire an army of consultants to set up the CRM for you. Anyway, that's pretty much the live demo. If you do have any other questions, please ask them. So you kind of saw why we're better. It's like literally built into Gmail in this case, and that Gmail interface works on mobile as well, which I demoed. There's nothing to install locally. You can deploy this thing quickly and easily to all your users via the cloud. And then I will mention that if you sign up with us, we literally will help you import your data from Salesforce or wherever you're coming. Could be a spreadsheet too, that's fine. And we will configure iCRM and add custom fields or custom items as part of the subscription. That's what we do. We're not looking, we're very transparent. We're not looking to sell you today and then come back for more money later. So this is my contact information. I should mention the pricing. So if you buy an annual contract, it's literally $29.95 per user per month. So if you buy a monthly contract, it's actually $34.95, and there's no problem with having a monthly contract. If you do have like 50 or more users, you can get a volume discount. This is the unlimited version, so it literally is everything. And I know I've said it before, but it includes data import and setup, and there's nothing else to buy. We don't have any other paid versions of iCRM. It's unlimited, and that's it. That's the only paid version of iCRM. We're not looking to upgrade you at a later date and time to a different version of iCRM that costs 10 times the price, which is what many of our competitors try to do. So we'd love it if you bought from us. Shoot me an email at sales@ienterprises.com or call me at the number on the screen. My name's John, and I'd be happy to help you um, um, any way I can. Those are my contact details. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a fantastic day. Thanks again.